How to get an 800 credit score, how to get perfect credit. We're about to get into it right now. Yes, indeed. I've been fortunate enough to have an 800 credit score, all right? So I started probably, where you might be starting out now. Maybe you're looking at that 500 credit score and you're thinking, man, I like an 800 credit score, okay? So, if you got negative items on there, this is a lot of people are not going to tell you out there, right? They're going to say, oh, these are the things you can do to get to that 800, but how do you be able to do some of those things if you got all these negative collections, charge-offs, all these whatever it is, right? Bankruptcy, eviction, foreclosure, repossession. Dispute these negative items off, 609creditrepair.com, get the Beyond Committed package. But you should know how to get to that 800 credit score, okay? FICO highest achievers. FICO will let you know. When you have the MyFICO app, I looked right in there. I know what this looks like now, okay? This is how I was able to make sure I sustained at an 800, above 800, okay? FICO's highest achievers. 35% is payment history. So 98% of highest FICO achievers, no missed payments, okay? So no missed payments, no missed payments. 98% have no missed payments for over 4 years. No delinquent accounts, okay? No public records, no collections. So if for some reason you have a late payment out there that is not older than 4 years, you want to dispute that sucker, goodwill letters, late payment dispute letters, 609 dispute letters, get that out of there, okay? Get that out of there. Any collections, public records, delinquent accounts, get them out of there. They're telling you right now, you can't have any of that, okay? 30% is the amount of debt on your FICO, okay? So 35%, the big chunk, is payment history. 30% is your amount of debt. This means you actually want to use less than 7% your credit utilization. Not 30%, okay? Not 10%, less than 7% to get to the highest level, to get into that 800, okay? Accounts that you're actually using, balance is 3 accounts, okay? So 3 revolving accounts. I was using 2 for a period of time. Yep, my credit score actually went down. I started using 3. One of the credit cards that I use is just for subscriptions. Maybe I have a Netflix, right? A Spotify, okay? Subscriptions, ESPN Plus, right? I like to get on that with the UFC fights, all this stuff. So my subscriptions are just on one credit card. The other credit card, I just switch up. I do, my food, things that I normally would do with cash, and pay it off at the end of the month. Actually, I pay it off before that, okay? Every couple of weeks. Make sure you're paying it off. Now, total balances on revolving and open-ended accounts. Okay, open-ended accounts are your charge cards, like your American Express charge card. You owe less than $2,500. Now, this is your revolving open-ended accounts that carry over at the end of the month. But you're paying everything off every month, right? So you're less than $2,500, okay? You're less than that. So that's how you get that 800 credit score. Sure, people will say, hey, you can get these negative items off, you can have good payment history, you can amount of debt, but they don't know you gotta be under 7% utilization. You gotta use 3 credit cards. You gotta make sure you have no late payments. You gotta make sure that your average age, there we go, average age of your credit. Typically the highest earners in FICO, 9 years or more for average age of accounts. This is 15% is the length of credit history, okay? 15% is your length of credit history, and they're saying average age of accounts, usually around 9 years. Now, I have to work on mine, but my average age on my accounts is about 7.5 years, almost 8 years, so I'm getting close. But even at 6, 7, 5, 6, somewhere in there, okay, I still have that 800 credit score. It's not the biggest part of it, okay? Age of your oldest account, that includes installment loans, credit cards, whatever it is, your oldest account, highest FICO earners usually have, or achievers, people in the 800s, usually have an account that was opened up 25 years ago. The account's like 25 years old. Now, even before I had that, my oldest account might have been, 8, 9 years, somewhere in there. Still was able to have an 800 credit score, okay? Because it's only 15% of your credit. The length of credit is only 15%. Now, 10% is the amount of new credit. So people with the highest FICOs really have not applied and gotten a new hard inquiry in the last year, okay? So number of recent inquiries, your applications for credit in the past year, 70% of highest FICO achievers didn't apply for credit in the past year, okay? So usually in about 1 year, they haven't applied for anything. Usually the most recent opened card or account or whatever it is about 2.5 years. 2.5 years old, okay? Age of most recently opened account time since your newest account was opened. Highest achievers, 2 years, 6 months since most recently opened account. Now, again, this is 10% amount of new credit. So, look, I, opened an account. I actually have an 800 credit score and opened an account over a year ago, okay? About a year ago. So, it's still all right. This still can have an 800 credit score. It's not the end all, it's only 10%. And of course, 10% is your mix of credit. Now, your mix of credit, revolving credit, okay? This is your revolving, your credit cards. Usually the highest FICO earners have, yes, that's right, 12 credit cards, including, you can also put some store cards in that. We're gonna get to that breakdown. But revolving accounts, number of revolving accounts usually being reported or used. Now, you don't have to use them all reported. The highest FICO achievers have 12 revolving accounts. I'm not telling you to go get 12 accounts tomorrow, okay? It takes time. Installment loans, this is included, you know, your mortgage loans, any other loans you might have, your bank loan, personal stuff, right? Bank loans, your car notes, okay? And these are paid off as well. If you have a couple that are paid off, mortgage, this, that, and the third, you know, they don't all have to be open, okay? You could have paid them off at this point. But usually the highest FICO achievers have 5 installment accounts, okay? 5 installment accounts. And then bank issued credit cards. This is what's interesting. So of those 12 revolving accounts, 7 of those are bank issued credit cards. Your Chase, your B of A, your Wells, your whatever it is, Capital Ones, your Barclays, those, okay? The others can be store cards. You know, you're like, oh, well, maybe I got a store card here that I really enjoy using. I want to use this store card. I have a couple other store cards of how I was building credit. As long as you've got 7 of those 12 big bank cards, you're in the game at 800 credit score, that perfect credit. You can do this for yourself, 609creditrepair.com. We can do the work for you at theawesomelifegroup.com. If this video helped you out, please give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe, try button, and until I see you in person, I will see you on the other side. Take care.